Welcome back. So we are entering the health segment for this morning, and we're discussing vitiligo. Now, the 25th of June marks World Vitiligo Day, and with me in the studio I have two beautiful young ladies who are going to explain what they've been through and explain about the ailments, and also explain what they're doing to bring awareness to it. Also, we have Honya Enam Akins. She's the assistant coordinator and the ambassador of the Vitiligo Support Ghana team, and Love Violet, who's also a coordinator of the Vitiligo Support Ghana team. Welcome to you both. How are you this morning?
Very well, thanks.
Good. First off, could you give us a brief definition, just so that everybody knows exactly what vitiligo is?
Oh, okay. Vitiligo is a skin condition whereby there is a destruction of the melanocytes or the pigment cells in the skin.
Okay.
Melanocytes, they are the pigment cells that determine the skin color. So in this case, there's a destruction of the melanocytes.
Right.
So when it happens like that, it brings about the white patches.
Okay.
So in simple terms, that is all about vitiligo.
That's all it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how long have you had the condition?
It's been 16 years and counting.
16 years. Okay.
Yes.
And how old are you?
I'm 23.
You're 23.
Yes.
So you weren't born with the condition. It's something that developed as you went along.
Yeah, I wasn't born with it.
Okay.
And then it started when I was young. That was 12 years about. And it started just as sports. Initially, my family and I thought it's just a birthmark. And then it started spreading. And until I have a fair idea about it.
Okay.
So
And what about yourself?
Mine started when I was 16 years.
Okay.
And then it also started on my lips. So when I go to school and then my colleagues were like, "Love, your lips are turning pink." And we thought it was just a joke till I had to show it to my mom. And then we got to know it as something that needs medical attention.
Okay.
So that's from there, started roaming from one hospital to the other. And until I came to know much more about it, that it has no definite cure. So I didn't want to worry myself anymore.
Did you both have that situation whereby you had been going to hospital, different people before you actually find out what it was?
Yes. For me, I went to a lot of hospitals, even out of the country, and some of the doctors don't even know what it is about. And some of them were scaring me by telling me it was leprosy and a whole lot of stuff. And I just found out it was just a waste of money and time, because once I had it at the back of my mind, it has no complete cure, and I cannot die. And I have almost like just 5% of passing it off to my offspring. I just started not to worry about it anymore.
It's just it. You just have to embrace it and then
I'm talking to you girls, and you seem very confident. And obviously, you must have gone through quite a few things going through school as well.
Yes.
How was it going through school?
Going through school and growing up, wow, it's been a lot of challenge here and there. And then way back GSS and then SHS, it's been a very terrible experience for me, because as of that time, it kept spreading. And people don't have a fair idea as to what it is. So they keep stigmatizing. They don't want to shake hands with you.
Yep.
They don't want to sit in a bus with you. They don't even want to touch your skin. You can imagine the feeling. It's a terrible feeling. And then growing up, leading to tertiary, I got to research, and then I was like, okay, so this is just a skin. And people were like, okay, they don't want to shake, they don't want to sit beside you in the bus. No, I'm not going to accept this. I have to just go out there, feel boldly about it, and embrace it. That's
exactly what you did. All right. Very strong young women here then. Okay, so you said you're... is it treatment you're receiving for it then? Are you taking anything in order to stop the spreading of the vitiligo at all?
Oh, okay. Initially, we've been to several hospitals. And then what we were told is there is no permanent cure.
Okay.
But then there are several things treatments that you can take gradually. It's a gradual process that will bring back the color.
Okay.
So for now, I changed diet, but then, we have two types of vitiligo actually. And mine is a universalist type. And then it keeps spreading very fast.
Okay.
So when I realized it keeps spreading very fast, and then the treatment is gradual, I decided to just move on to the dietary aspect.
Okay.
And also pray for just a divine uniform skin.
Of course, indeed. All right, we have some images that we're about to show you on the screen as well. So take a look at these, and we'll be wrapping up our segment in just a few moments. Take a look. those were some facts and images about vitiligo. But I'm going to hand over to the two young ladies now to tell us how they're marking World Vitiligo Day and what you're doing to support the cause.
Today, as today marks the World Vitiligo Day, we're trying to go out there. We have some flyers where we will be giving out to people, and then we'll talk to people and try as much as possible to educate at least one person among 10 about what vitiligo is, and that it's not contagious. You cannot die from it, and that nobody can have any infection by touching or greeting somebody.
Right.
So that people can be able to also accept us in the society without making us feel inferior.
Indeed. Anything from you?
Yes, we actually want to tell every Ghanaian out there and in the world that vitiligo is not contagious. Don't stigmatize. You know, vitiligo patients need most love because it's psychological and mentally something that when you stigmatize, the person feel more depressed about it to the extent of committing suicide or doing other things otherwise. So we would like to tell the world out there, just embrace vitiligo, accept it, don't stigmatize, and just support. You know, as a group in Ghana now, people coming on board to support is not encouraging. So we're just appealing to everybody to just stay focused and accept and should not stigmatize about it.
Indeed. Thank you ever so much for coming in this morning and educating us and fellow Ghanaians more about vitiligo. This was Henyo Enam Akins and also Love Violet. Thank you so much for coming in.